What's up, everybody? Good morning, evening, and everything in between. Gale here, and I know it's been a hot minute since the last unboxing, but I finally managed to get at least some new product today, which means that now I have, once again, another unboxing for y'all today. Specifically, I got my hands on Phantom Orion Bearing Drive, the ultimate stamina combo released by Hasbro and Takara Tomy. Pretty much the biggest reason being is that right there, the bearing drive. The bearing drive driver. They're called. I think this is still called a performance tip. The difference is these drives are a combination of a spin track and a performance tip to create something that is allowed. Basically, because it fuses the two parts together, it's allowed to have a new whole functioning gimmick, like all the drivers that were released in the Burst era, the running cores in HMS, and the blade bases in the original Bakuten era, the plastics era. Not to say that's the only good part in this set, because the actual, I believe the energy ring Orion has some uses on flash attack combos, but also the fusion wheel itself, Phantom. Phantom isn't a bad part. It is very, I believe in the current 4D metagame, that is pretty much, we still use all these 4D era parts because they're too weak for standard. In that, Phantom is risky to use. It is raw stamina. And, I think the term is pure stamina. Pure stamina is not very good most of the time because it is at high risk of losing to attack combos. However, it is run on staller build using parts like wide flat, metal flat, whole flat, and I believe in some cases even just normal flat if that's the only thing you have. So it can evade attacks pretty well, which means that its stamina isn't completely useless. So here's everything that it comes with. First up, the less important parts, the Light Launcher 2. I believe this is the first one of these I have. It works, it's functional. Next up, the Bay Tool. I'm not sure if people still use these things, I still do. We have the pamphlet on the side. Not going to open this up because I know that it's not in English, so none of us can read it. Sticker set. Probably going to put a few of these on later. And then lastly, the big important parts. First up, we have the blank face bolt. This thing's definitely going to need a sticker on it. The Orion energy ring, that's what these are called. The Orion energy ring. Unlike many others, the weight of this is completely dispersed onto the left and right side instead of the top and bottom. If it was on the top and bottom, it would be more like Gemios. This here, with this shape, is more like Cetus or Ketos, except it does not have very aggressive contact points. Either way, the weight distribution is still very good on certain things like Flash. Next up, we have the fusion wheel, Phantom. As I said before, this thing has... Well, let me just dictate first. This has two parts, the core... Oh, it's coming out. The plastic core on the inside and the metal wheel on the outside. The plastic core, considering that this is 100% plastic, this makes it to where all of the weight is on the outside of the blade. And with all the weight on the outside, it gives it an unbelievable amount of stamina. Downside, again, so much stamina means it's very susceptible to knockouts. Also, I'm flipping this thing, that's because it's in two modes. If I'm not mistaken, this part here where the aggression is at the top is stamina mode, and this here where it's relatively smooth with the exception of a few bumps here or there is attack mode. I'm not sure which is preferred. I believe how it works is you want to be in attack mode, which is the smooth side, and you want to be in stamina, like in a staller driver. I could be wrong, I'm uncertain. And then after that, we have the big important part of the show, the bearing drive performance tip. I remember the big thing about this is that because it has this free spinning, it is the only part that has this free spinning disc at the bottom, except for the free 230 spin track. Difference, The free 230 spin track isn't on a ball bearing, it's just free spinning. Because this has ball bearings on the inside, it gives it an unprecedented amount of stamina compared to other parts. Big problem, it is not at a very advantageous height. I believe if you assemble this on a combo, and you have another combo that's the same height, you would be using a 160 driver, making you ultra susceptible to attack types. And here we have our fully assembled combo. I had a hunch this might have been a mid-fake. Looking at the sticker and how yellow it is compared to how gold the face bolt is, I'm pretty sure this is a mid-fake for certain. Even still, looks pretty good. Looks shockingly good. I think one of my favorite things about it is there's a sticker that goes underneath here that when you cover it up with the energy layer, specifically with the Orion energy layer, it gives you a little scary face. I think that's really cool. That's a really fun design. And I may have mentioned this earlier, but again, I mentioned that this is at a really disadvantageous height and that it's close to 130. So to compare, I have here Ray Pegasus 2 160 semi-flat, and they are pretty much just about at the same height. I hope this is easy to see, but yeah, no, it's like, and again, that's not a very good height, meaning that if you want to have some of the best stamina in the game, you need to compromise it by having a height that makes you really, really easy to get knocked out. Test launch. Oop, knocked it over. That's a little scary. I know that for a lot of high, really good competitive bladers, they make sure to balance tune everything they have, so that if they have peak stamina, there's not some things that go over and like the jostling movement. I'm pretty sure those little jolts that you saw right there means that this thing is not very well balanced. Or in other words, this might not be good enough for competitive play. I don't do tournaments. I'm not big on the competitive scene yet. I love thinking about the competitive scene, but because I'm not an active player, I don't think I care too much if I have a bad copy of Bearing Drive. Also, I'm cutting this short because I believe if you look online, there are some videos that exist that show off Phantom Orion Bearing Drive's untouched spin time, and it goes on for a stupidly long amount of time. I believe it was somewhere above 3 minutes, and if it's significantly higher than that, then I might just be stupid. But either way, it can go on for a long time, so I'm cutting it at 40 seconds. But yeah, that was my unboxing of Phantom Orion Bearing Drive. I hope you all enjoyed, and I wish you all a very good rest of the day.